Camera acting up. Start all over again here, but I'm at Murphy. Moses Murphy's family's grave. I put that there. Good friend of mine carved that out for me. This is Moses Murphy and his wife Lucinda. This is their son William Murphy. And this is their son-in-law, John Daniel Stevens Jr. Now you go on the internet and look this cemetery up, you'll see, we don't know who's buried here. We speculate it's a former slave. As far as I know, these people didn't even own slaves. They were real religious and get such things. They even run a mission for Cherokee after the war. They stated that even though they were their enemies in the war, they felt sorry for them. There's a Cherokee village just across the road here, and he got tired of looking at them old women and children starving. All the young men have been killed in the war. Yeah, Lord. This is my... I'm going to sit down here. Dad blame it. I had a hard time getting up through here. It's just right behind my house. But me and my wife had to restack all them rocks. Looks like a few falling again. Anyway, I was thinking this ghost, if you call it a ghost, used to every night, there's a green ball of light rose up out of these graves. A lot of people have seen them, including me. Sometimes they'd go west, up Machine Creek, up to Kirksey Mountain. And sometimes they'd go down to the east, southeast, down the 12-mile river. And there's two moonshiners, there's Morgan brothers. I put that story up on my YouTube several months ago. You might want to go read it, but that light come to visit them, scared them to death. They thought it was the law. And that spook specter run their steel for them. The same one used to come by my window. I live with my parents below here. When I was 10, 11, 12 years old, it'd come by my window at night. I kept my head covered up. I was scared of that thing. When I was 15, me and 3 other boys went possum hunting down 12-mile river one night. I had a dog in a tree one. Well, we'd treat a possum. And we was sitting around talking, waiting for the dogs to tree again. We was right on the bank of 12-mile. Well, here come that little green light up the river. Stopped in front of us. We could see the ground. Plain. No legs, nothing. Couldn't see anything up above it, but you could see the ground plain. Dead blame. We hollered, we yelled. We thought it was old man John that lived across the river. He didn't like people hunt on his land. He'd come after you. There wasn't nothing they could do because we had permission where we was at. That's who we thought it was. But we kept yelling. It might move a foot down, move a foot to the right, and a foot to the left. But it didn't go nowhere, right in front of us. And I don't know why, one of them idiot boys had a little bolt action .22 rifle. He shot dead at that thing. Nothing happened. And then I don't know why I pumped 15 blame .22 long rifles into that thing. Nothing happened. It just kept moving. Not a sound one. We just looked at one another and we took off running. That's the fastest half mile I ever run. We got home and we swore, I looked at them and said, reckon we ought to go down and see if we killed somebody. No. But after me and my wife married, this is in 75, I brought her up here and she walked up here to these graves and said, that's my grandfather buried there. I said, Patty, there's some Murphys buried there. I know that. I said, well, that's my grandparents. Her grandmother, brought him when he was a young feller to see her grandparents. So that's one reason I know who's buried here, John Stevens. And also, people we bought this land from, they knew that John Stevens was buried there. So I know for a fact that's who's buried there, folks. But anyway, me and my wife, they was sawbriars growing in here as big as my thumb. You couldn't even move for them. It took us the longest cleaning them things out. There's a big tree at one corner had fell and knocked all them rocks down on this side. The landowner didn't know his graves. He's gonna come up here with a bulldozer and push it all down. It was a cow pasture then. My dad got him stopped and told him this is a cemetery. He got a historian do some research on it. I'm a descendant of this guy's brother Isaac, direct descendant. My wife's a direct descendant of Moses here and his son William. Reverend William Murphy. Now you can go see his old cabin, another brother of theirs, at Haygood Mill Historical Site. And it was William, he went to Tennessee in 1826, and then his family moved down to Alabama. So they come up visit every once in a while to see the cabin. Like him and Moses here did start a mission and a church. It's Sakona, named after the Sakona Indian village. The church is still there. In fact, it's be the oldest church in Pickens, built in 1880s. Say 1880s, 1780s. My mind's going, folks. I have to catch up with it sometime. These people got this land out of the Revolution. And they were Murphys. Daniel Murphy came here from Northern Ireland. Moved to Orange County, North Carolina. Around 1760, I believe it was. Is M-U-R-P-H-Y, Murphy. That's who these people are, Murphys. But after the Revolution, the family story is they declared the Murphs free. And I believe the story. A lot of people say it's just one of them glitches that a lot of these people didn't have an education and they just, census taker or somebody had asked them their name and they just wrote it down the way it's pronounced. They say that's what happened, but I don't believe it. I actually believe the story that they told. I was at one time going to work on getting this feller over here a United States government marker for his service. I need to do that. I don't know if I'll get around to it or not. Anybody out there in the DAR want to hit me? Well, he served in North Carolina, and like I say, under the name of Moses Murphy, not Murphree, and his brother William. Oh, Lordy, these are fascinating. I love cemeteries with stories. Their old cabin is just right over there, and all that's left is the rocks that was in the chimney. Yeah, Lord. The Murphree family owned this land for a long time. Hey, Lord. Then a Hamlin cousin of mine bought it, and then he gave it to some more cousins of mine, the Masons. My daddy bought a portion of it just right below here where these rocks come from. Them rocks are mica schist. They're full of the prettiest garnets you ever seen. And little flakes of mica. You might see some of them flakes of mica sparkling there. It used to be a mica mine across the creek. Well, folks, I'm going to wind this one up. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of Murphys out there that love to know where this is. And if you're one of them, you can contact me and I'll show it to you. I'd be more than glad to. I do need to clean it up again. So, and I'd like to thank all these people in the UK and India and Australia, Germany, and South Africa, and here in the United States in Pickens County that's been watching these. I don't know. I didn't know there's that many people interested in graveyards and cemeteries, but I'm glad I found it out. Have a blessed day.